What's up, everybody? So today I just want to quickly discuss what's going on in the crypto markets. Generally, we'll cover some of the top altcoins besides going over Bitcoin. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. So first off, let's take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin. Right, we had a really nice move to the upside, and we got this little consolidation or pullback, whatever you want to call it. That was approximately what is 17, 18%. And remember now, these are very common in a bull market. These kind of pullbacks are very, very common. Nothing out of the ordinary in bull market. But what happened here is that we had a FOMC meeting where they came out and they say, hey, they're still on track to raise to actually cutting interest rates by about 3 or 4 times, most likely by 25 basis points. So that gave the general markets the confidence it needs to push back up, right? So we have the green candle that came in with a really nice volume. So now we're pushing up. We're back to almost all-time highs right here, right? So we're back to that $75,000 area. We'll see what happens. Now it's not very uncommon to have it consolidate here sideways a little bit before we push to the upside. The fact that the government came in, the Federal Reserve came in and saying that they're going to be pushing liquidity into the market. Liquidity, whenever a government pushes liquidity into the market, it helps all risk assets, be it stock market or be it crypto assets. So keep an eye on that. We had this little. So let me take a look at here. So you got a couple of these signals here. Every time I've been able to actually do really good with these signals, like giving me an indicator to get in and get out. In case if I wanted to kind of maximize my returns and avoid this little flush. But in my opinion, if you're in Bitcoin, staying in Bitcoin and riding it is the best way to do it. You can't really time it. Anybody that says you can time it, not very. Not the history has proven that that's not the case. So what you can do with these triggers that I have in my setup is that in case if you wanted to add to your position, then it gives you an idea as to where to add into your position or take a little bit off your position if you wanted to limit some of that risk. So this has been really working out really good for me. All right, so I'll go ahead and jump into ETH BTC. Now ETH BTC definitely outperformed Bitcoin, right? But it had this huge pullback that was approximately what? Let's see. Wow, that was a big candle. All right, 25% down from the top. But now remember, ETH is an altcoin. So whenever Bitcoin has 10, 15% moved either to the upside or downside, those moves are magnified when it comes to altcoins. So it's not out of the ordinary to kind of see that. And there was also some FUD in talking about the SEC not allowing an ETH Bitcoin or questioning ETH Bitcoin or something like that. So that's kind of why it actually exacerbated that move. What is going to happen now is that we're going to trade sideways for a little bit, see how Bitcoin performs, and then that's going to push ETH and the rest of the alts to the upside. The other thing I want to cover is Sol USD. Now, Sol USD has been the stronger name. Sol USD has performed actually pretty damn well. And what's actually what it does is it goes up, right? It has this parabolic move, then consolidates sideways, build a base, and then push up to the upside. Now we're consolidating again. What's most likely going to happen is that we're going to test that 180 EMA, and we're probably going to meet it somewhere around here, and then next leg up. And now there's some crazy targets on Solana. So in my opinion, I think we're like about 10, 15% away from all-time highs. So actually, let's measure that. We're approximately 15%, 15 to 20% away. Yeah. Well, now at earlier when we were trading at 215, it was like about 15, 16%. Now that we're trading back down at 186, we're about 29% away from all-time highs. Now remember, it had a pullback of approximately 96, 97% from the top. So to see altcoin like Solana perform in this way, it tells you where the stronger names are, right? It tells you where the leaders are, and plus the fact that they do have fundamental case that backs their technical case is a more of a strong signal as to where the money is flowing, and if you were to invest. This is not a financial advice. This is something you would consider. Um, their targets on Solana are around $2,000 by the end of the year. In my opinion, I am thinking more conservatively. At current pace, if you keep this pace going, I am looking at probably, well, first, my target would be like breaking that all time high of around 270 to 75. And then my ultimate target for the year is around $500. Now, what's interesting, in case if you missed out on Solana, is to look at AVAX. So AVAX does what Solana does, but lags by about a week or so. So if you look at this move, the first move that we had um, on AVAX, this came a week after Solana had that move. Then this downfall came in a week after Solana had that move. And now this next leg up, I think, is going to be put us somewhere. I think this next leg is going to put us somewhere in that 80, $81 area. Now take a look at this chart and then we'll take swap back at Solana. So this is the first move that Solana had, consolidate sideways and then push up. Now, if you go back to AVAX, we're basically in that second phase, and this is just that leg that we just saw on Solana. So if you missed out on that, this could be something to keep an eye on. Remember, AVAX is also a very strong altcoin because they also do have the fundamentals that backs their technical, and also it makes sense. That they're the leader in tokenization, tokenizing assets, real world assets. And I think they've done a really fairly good job of leading that pack. So I think this is one of the altcoins that could potentially break the all time highs. And maybe, honestly, I would not be surprised if I see AVAX somewhere around 250 if Solana goes to 500. So keep an eye on that. It has a long way below its all-time high. Solana and AVAX made lows almost together at the same time, almost same price, and it does have the fundamentals. So and this will perform for sure. I'll perform a lot of the altcoins. And the other thing that I like about AVAX and Solana is they've been battle tested. We have some new altcoins that are, that have price have moved a lot, and they're very promising, and everybody's all hyped up and excited about them. But remember, they have not been battle tested like these have, and that goes to show a lot about how some of these altcoins will perform. Because some of them would perform great during a bull market, right? And then since they don't have any fundamentals, what would end up happening is that during the bear market, people would pull out as fast and they would crash 99 to 100%. And some of them would be complete rug pulls, they completely disappear. So and that's that. And now at um let's take a look at Doge. So Doge lately has been pumping. And I think there's like some rumors that Elon Musk is trying to incorporate Doge into the payment system. And I've saw some threads and I've seen some links where they have embedded um, in their software in their programming to be able to actually accept Dogecoin. Now, what Dogecoin is doing is that it had this little. Let's zoom in on that. And this is all on daily, so I'm not zooming in on smaller time frame yet. We had this little peak, pulled back, and these are very common pullbacks. We are testing that. We tested that 180 EMA. We bounced off of there really nice. We got the signal telling us to go long. So what I'm expecting on Dogecoin is my next leg would be somewhere around here. I know it's ambitious. Um, but I'm looking somewhere around that 35 cents area. And this movie would be really quick, and it probably come on the eve of some sort of an announcement from big firms like Tesla or somebody incorporating Doge into their payment system. So keep an eye on that. The thing is, say, now what I've discussed, say, with you guys long time ago when it was trading around 25, $26. So if you got in, congratulations, because you had probably like 400-500% from where I told you to get in. Now, say has been trading in this channel for a while. We do have a little noise here and there, but mostly it's been trading in this channel. And what I'm expecting is that we potentially could come down to that 75 cents area. That's a very strong support. And then ultimately, we're going to break that all time high of that $1.15. And honestly, it's a blue sky breakout after that. So anything is in the room a possibility for something like say, because remember now, say it also claims to be competing with Solana, and they do have the system and they do have the technology to claim that they could reach finality of a transaction faster than Solana can. The only difference is that they haven't been battle tested, and most of their data that they show is in a test environment, and Solana is in real world environment. So we would see how it would compare with Solana in a real world environment as well. But so far in a test environment, they have tested really well, and they are a very promising chain. So keep an eye on that. Don't sleep on this. I definitely think you can expect 10-15x from say into this bull market. Okay, so we covered that, and then we'll also cover. Okay. So FedAI, now they're trying to incorporate with other chains that are also focused on AI, and AI being the leading name in this bull market, in this cycle, current where we are right now. I definitely think that this thing is going to outperform a lot of the altcoins. Now, look at this insane move that it had. So it had a move of approximately, I'd say, almost 500%. And then we just broke out above that, but we're pulling back just because the rest of the crypto assets are pulling back as well. I would not be surprised to see a healthy pullback down to somewhere around that area. Let me mark that for you guys. So keep an eye on that around maybe 270, 260 area. And I think we're ultimately going to push back to the upside. There's not a whole lot of data available on this one, maybe. I'll look up if I can come up with a more data history on this for on another chain. Anyways, so that's that. The other thing is, I know there's a lot of people on XRP because XRP army is huge. So XRP, they have a little bit of battle with court, and now they're kind of trying to decide. And waiting on decision because I think they were told that they need to pay somewhere around $400-500 million. And there's a lot of whale manipulation in this thing too. There's a lot of whales moving a lot of crypto, a lot of XRP in different directions and manipulating the price. But I think once all the court cases are put aside, they've been resolved either to the upside or to the downside, whatever that might be. I think we are building a very nice long um, column of support base. What would potentially result into an explosive move like we have seen here. And don't be surprised if we see something like a couple 100% in a day or two, because we have seen those kind of moves in a short period of time. So for a longer trend, this is the triangle I'm looking for. And I think my next target to the upside, should we break that triangle to the upside, and most likely we will, especially in a bull market, is that I'm looking at $1.90. $1.90, $1.95 would be an area to start taking profit. And then if we break that $1.95 with really nice volume, then all-time highs are in play for this name as well. We'll look at SHIB USD. And SHIB USD had that quick move to the upside, and it's still consolidating here. We're testing that 180 EMA. And so as long as we hold that 180 EMA, and then the bolts are in control. And it also depends on Bitcoin. So whatever Bitcoin does, altcoins will do that, just magnified to that direction, whatever that direction might be, either to the upside or to the downside. So keep an eye on this as well. Don't sleep on this kind of stuff. These meme coins, even though they really don't have a real world use, is just that they have turned into this meme mania. So keep an eye on this stuff. Well, talking about memes, so let's take a look at Bonk USD. Now, this is a Solana meme coin, and has incredibly relatively good strength in compared to the rest of these meme coins because they fade away pretty fast. They have a really decent volume as well, so keep an eye on that. We are trading in this little wedge pattern here. So I think either if we break to the upside, that first target, couple zeros, 474, whatever. That's your first target, and then all-time highs are your next target. And if we break the all-time highs, then again, that's a blue sky breakout. And with that, you can't really tell. You could expect 400-500% in a very short period of time. Especially if there's really nice volume, and especially if Bitcoin is leading to the upside. Bonk, the way it performs is that it basically follows Solana magnified, either to the upside or to the downside, just like altcoins do that move either to the upside or to the downside. When Bitcoin moves, Bonk moves in that specific direction, just magnified. So keep an eye on Bonk as well. Don't go to sleep on that. And a lot of these meme coins that have been trading lately, there's a lot of liquidity that's coming into these markets. And I think these are all some of these things that are pushing these meme coins way above than most of us would have ever expected that they would do. The other one that I wanted to look at is Arrow. It's relatively a new project, um, but boy, this move is just insane. Um, and it doesn't seem like it's stopping. It's 1,800% from the February 25th. Yeah, it's up 1,800%. And if you look at, let's say, a more zoomed time period, we've got a couple of signals that I did not really follow, but I think I'm going to use this 100 EDMA as my support for the next run to the upside. This is Aerodome Finance, and apparently there's a lot of money moving into this area. So let's look at SUI USD as well. Sui is also a comparatively new project. If you guys have heard of Rule Paul, apparently he's pushing some money into this as well, and he's holding a bag, and he expects this thing to outperform. And remember, when you have somebody like Raul Paul, he is a big follower. Most of his macro makes sense as well. So I haven't really dig into Sui to kind of be able to tell either way, but I'm going to follow the price action, and price action is basically telling me this is very bullish. We could expect a potential pullback, maybe down to that support zone right here, down here, like $1.90, and then push back to the upside. So keep an eye on this. Now, the other thing, I do have two bonus altcoins that I think could easily do 10 to 15x. So I'm working on those videos to give you a detailed breakdown, both fundamentals and technicals, and then I'll release that video. So keep an eye on that. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Leave a comment in the chat below, and then I'll do my best to get back to you. Or if there's a specific crypto you want to take a look at, write me the name of that, and then I'll do some digging, and then provide you what I think would be next. So I know I've been out for a little bit, so sorry about that, guys and gals. And then I'll do my best to be more on top of this stuff. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. It really helps a lot. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks, everybody.